Every pregnant woman waits for that big moment, the day the baby or your babies finally say, I'm ready. But here is the truth. Labor doesn't just start suddenly. Your body gives you hints. It prepares you. It gives you signs and symptoms. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 7 clear signs that you are about to enter into labor or you're already in labor, especially for first-time moms. And we're also going to talk about types of labor, what is labor exactly, and when can you expect this labor, and why some women feel really scared about labor. Welcome back to NK Fertility Solutions, where we talk everything pregnancy, fertility, and your holistic living backed by faith. Let me tell you, once you get pregnant and you are carrying your baby to full term, there's no miscarriage, there's no issues, you're progressing so fine. One day, labor will certainly come. So you need to actually do what? You need to prepare yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually for this whole experience, because it's another journey on its own. Labor is simply when your body starts to dilate, especially the cervix. It starts to open up and the womb starts to contract so that it births your baby. And we have different types of labor. You can have a spontaneous labor and you can have induced labor. In spontaneous labor, it simply means that your body started to actually get dilated, the cervix start to open naturally. There was no source of any help anywhere. But in induced labor, which is one that I normally experience, all my 3 children came through induced labor. This is when you're actually giving some drugs or IV drips actually help you go into labor, especially when your baby is due, but you are not having any signs and symptoms that this baby is about to come out any soon, or you're having signs and symptoms, but they're not strong enough. In spontaneous labor, your cervix starts to dilate progressively, regularly, and is moving bam, 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 bam. Or it goes on, but you're making progress, but it's slow, but you're making progress. Somebody can start with spontaneous labor and actually end up with induced labor. Yes, your cervix can start to open, but it's not progressing the way it should, and you can be given an induced labor to actually make sure that you are okay and your baby is okay, because that is the whole goal. The whole goal should be, I want to see my baby eyeball to eyeball. My baby needs to see me eyeball to eyeball, okay? So there is no need of trying to delay the whole process when you can actually get some help. So once you get to your 36 weeks, 37 weeks upwards, just prepare your mind that anything can happen. In fact, there are some within 34 weeks, 35 weeks, they can give birth to their baby, okay? So it depends. Let's now go over to, before I go over to the signs and symptoms, I want to encourage you. The stage of a pregnancy where you are, hold on, be prayerful, be persistent, insist that you're going to see your miracle, insist that it's going to end in praise, insist that yes, your labor is going to be smooth and fine. If you're from this part of the world, Africa, step up your prayer life, step up your altar life so that you don't encounter any hitches. Sometimes it took you a while to conceive that pregnancy, and you go through the pregnancy with some kind of one problem or the other, issues here and there. At your labor time, don't be surprised that just demons might still show up, okay? So this is to tell you that keep the faith alive. God who put that baby in your womb will actually bring the baby out. He will bring the baby out. He equally said it. How can I put the baby in the womb and not bring the baby out? That is not possible. So let that be a comfort unto you. Fear not. There is this might that, do I have to cry during my labor? If you have to cry, cry, yo. Cry, yo. As long as you're fine, your baby is fine, okay? You are fine and your baby is fine. Now let's move over to the top 7 signs and symptoms. I want to also mention in passing that it's important that you always go for your antenatal, because most times during your antenatal visit, they put you through all of these signs and symptoms, what to expect and what not to expect, especially for first-time moms. And labor can differ from pregnancy to pregnancy. What happened to you in your first pregnancy might not be what you expect in your second pregnancy. So that's why that antenatal visit is very, very important. I don't joke with it. So the first sign you are going to be expecting is when you start to have regular contractions, not Braxton Hicks contractions. This time around, the contraction is regular and is stronger, is coming intermittently. You are noticing that this contraction is not like the one I normally have, like the bulging, and it goes, maybe it stays for few hours or few minutes, then it starts. This one is, you're not having it back to back, and you know that you're already due in terms of you have entered 36 weeks, 35 weeks, 34 weeks, 38, 39, 40 weeks, you are having that contractions. It could be a sign that, baby, it's ready. Okay, the proper thing should be to report yourself to the hospital. The first thing they will do is to examine your cervix and see if you have started to dilate. Okay, the second sign that you might see is the bloody show. Yes, it's not everybody that sees this bloody show. This is when I explained about spontaneous labor and induced labor. So there are some people right in their home there, they will see the bloody show. It's not everybody that sees, but if you see the bloody show, it simply means that maybe you went to urinate and you wiped and you saw a mucus tinged with blood. Don't wait. It could be the cervix opening up. You report yourself so that you get the adequate attention that you need. The next sign could be the water show. Yes, your water breaking. That is the amniotic fluid bursting open. My own very self, my amniotic fluid always burst open, like right there in the labor room. It doesn't burst open in my house or in the car. In fact, it's the doctor that normally puncture it, okay? But there are some people that they will see it right there. Don't wait. Or sometimes it didn't burst open, but you notice that you are leaking the fluid. The fluid keep coming. Your panty keep getting wet. Your undies, they keep getting wet. Please don't wait. The next sign that we're going to be looking at today is when you feel unusually tired. You start to feel unusually tired and sleepy. You know that this is not yourself. Like the body changes you're having. Normally, throughout this pregnancy, this is not how you normally feel. Report yourself to your healthcare provider so you get the adequate attention and the right approach to what is happening. Next is baby drops, also known as lightning. You feel this deeper settlement in your pelvis, and sometimes it puts pressure on you and you will feel like, it's like I want to use the loo. You are feeling so much pressure there. Don't start going to toilet like that. You need to go get it checked out. This is how some people deliver in the toilet, because they're having that pressure as if they want to pull, that sense of urgency. Check it out. Is it possible for you to experience all of these signs and symptoms at once? Yes, it's possible, because labor is a journey, is a process, okay? It's possible that you start to have the water break, the bloody show, the baby drops, or the lower back pain. Okay, it's possible to have it. In fact, that's how labor progresses, okay? Finally is the cervix dilation. Your cervix starts to open up. The cervix starts to thin and open up so that the baby can pass through. This is when they actually check you to see how many centimeters you have dilated. The usual dilation for the baby's head to pass through is 9 cm, okay? And is almost the fist of your hand, okay? So they will keep checking, is it 2 fingers, is it 3, is it 5, until this whole hand enters. That's when you can say, yes, you have fully dilated, all right? That is the process of your cervix opening up. If the cervix doesn't open up on its own naturally, you can be given medication to assist it. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. So that, yes, that dilation can be quickened. You don't suffocate your baby. Your baby doesn't stay there till you swallow all the amniotic fluid. It starts to eat the shit. It will just hasten the process. So once you enter into labor and you're offered any assistance, don't reject it. Don't turn it down. Accept it, trusting that all things are working good together for you, and this will end in praise also, okay? You don't need to be scared. You don't need to be afraid. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. The angels are watching over you, and you will hear your baby's cry, and the baby will see you, the mother, smile at the baby. But I can understand why some women feel really sick because of fear of the unknown, especially for first-time mom, worrying about the pain of contractions. Will this contraction, like how much will this pain be? Just like I said, if you have to cry, cry. If you don't want to cry, that's okay. There are some people that their threshold pain is high. There are some people their own is low. I am among the people that their own is low. Okay. If your own is high, you can bear and endure the pain. Kudos to you. But if not, cry. There's not a big deal to cry. Okay. Sometimes our mothers will say, please don't cry. They will laugh at you. This, that, 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 that. It's not me you're telling that one. It's not me you're telling that one. Next reason why women feel scared is fear of complications. You don't have to be afraid. That is why I keep telling us, start your antenatal. Once you start your antenatal on time, they will be monitoring you, telling you everything that is happening. You will know where you stand, okay? Even if there will be any case, even if there will be any chance of complications, you will have the information ahead. You prepare yourself mentally, spiritually, and otherwise. Instead of, you don't go for antenatal visit. On the labor day, you just see yourself, bam, in the hospital. Any complication that you see that day, you take it, because sometimes the hospitals, they don't tolerate such negligence, okay? So take care of you first. Do your part first when it comes to actually doing your antenatal and doing your due diligence. Don't take anything for granted in this season of your life, because you're birthing a miracle and it is a big deal. It is a very big deal, okay? So there you have it. I truly wish you success delivery. You will go through this process of labor sound and smooth and all glorious. So don't lose hope. He wish above all things that you and I prosper and be in amazing health, even as our soul prospereth. His banner over you is love in this journey. Fear not. See you in the other side of victory. Bye-bye.